let's take a look at a Windows tool called Smart Whois. Now I have Server 2016 running, and what I did was I simply dragged and dropped from my host the Windows 2 footprinting and reconnaissance folder so that I would have all these Windows tools here. And you can see when I double click it, I have half a dozen tools in here per our setup guide. And what I did was I just did a default install of all of these, and Foca actually did not need, my particular copy did not need to be installed. Depends on where you find it. You might need to install it in a default install, or you just unzip it, and when you open it up, when we open up Foca and we open up bin for binaries, we see Foca right there. We'll get to Foca in just a moment. So what we're interested in is Smart Whois. And we know that a Whois search is one of the most basic searches you can do on the internet to find out about the company that you're targeting. And Smart Whois is one of many Whois searching tools. So I have already installed it in a default install, and I'm just going to double click it to launch it. And when it launches, I can search for an IP address, a host, or a domain. And then I can just say query, and once I have something in there, I can query, I can just press enter and it will auto detect what it is. Or it can try to look it up. I'll tell it it's either an IP address or host name, or it's a whole domain, or it's IP, host name, and domain. But you can also just press enter if you're not sure. So let's just look up, comptia.org. I've got comptia.org, and I'm just going to either press enter or click query. And we'll just see what we can find out about CompTIA. Now, Whois is not as good as it used to be because most companies are now hiding behind their registrar, so we don't see nearly the same amount of information that we once used to see. So we can see CompTIA, where they are here, who their domain registrar is, it's GoDaddy, and there's not a whole lot else. We can see the two DNS servers here, NS1, CompTIA.org, and NS2, CompTIA.org, and when it was created. Let's try another one. How about as a host, www, just make sure I'm clicked in, www.eccouncil.org. Press enter. See if we can find something. Okay, so it's saying that EC Council is invalid. All right, how about EC-Council? Is there such a thing as EC-Council? Try that one, and yes, we can see that there is EC-Council, and we can see contact information. It's here, and we can scroll down so we can see domain admin, we can see where they are, their address, and we can also see some DNS servers here. When you see NS in the name, that's a pretty good giveaway. And when they were created, so there's a little bit of information about that. And so you can just try different either companies or domain names to get basic information, basics Whois information about that company or that domain name. So that is using Smart Whois. I'm just going to try one more. I seem to remember there was a community college. Let's try this one, kctcs.edu, if I'm remembering correctly. You should try several. Many of them, most of them nowadays will be kind of disappointing. Like I said, they hide behind their registrars, but you might still get interesting stuff. So I've just pressed enter. Yep, here it is here. I can see where they are physically. I can see phone numbers. I can see people, different people in their different roles, including email addresses. I can see the 3 DNS servers here when they were created. And I can even, let me see if I click this, does that open up? I can open up a, let me see if I can open up a browser, actually take me to the site. Yes, it does. Okay, so that is using one of many Whois tools called Smart Whois.